All right, we are live, guys. We are live, and the transfers have been confirmed. The transfers have been confirmed. Let me just sign into the chat quickly, and go live on TikTok. But I've made my transfer after hours of deliberating, after hours of confusion and not knowing what to do. I've come to the decision to sell Bruno Fernandes and keep Gerard Bowen. I'm keeping Gerard Bowen, guys. I'm keeping Gerard Bowen. What is good, everyone? Yes, we got Nixie in the chat. Yo, what's good, my guy? And loving fantasy football as well. Yo, bro. Hope everyone is doing good. By the way, guys, actually, I'll wait till more people join the stream, or I'll say it again when more people join the stream. We're going to be doing another watch along today. Liverpool versus West Ham. 5:15 kickoff. We will be there. We will be there for a live FPL watch along again. So make sure you guys are there for that one. But yeah, should be a good one. Or a painful one because I'm not captaining Mohamed Salah. So yeah, it could get sticky. It could get sticky. My favorite FPL streamer. Hey, much appreciated, my brother. Much appreciated. Right, let me. Alright, cool. By the way, if you're on TikTok, I'm live streaming on YouTube, so make sure you guys join in to the YouTube stream. But guys, who are you captaining this week? Who are you captaining this week? I want to see if everyone is going for Salah or if people. I've seen some people going for Isaac. I've seen some people say they're going for Cunha. Cunha against Spurs is pretty decent, I'm not going to lie. Man, I wish I had Cunha, man. I'd probably buy Cunha, to be honest, if there wasn't a chance of him getting banned. I actually think, like, you could literally just keep Cunha, even though he's got difficult-ish fixtures. I think Spurs and Forest. Spurs is good. Forest is slightly tougher, but still not bad. Newcastle, Chelsea, Arsenal. That run is quite tough. Newcastle away, Chelsea away, Arsenal at home is quite tough. But if you have him, I'd actually just keep him. I'd keep him through that run. But the only thing is, when does he get banned? Because I do want to get Cunha in my team, but I'm sort of holding off because I don't know when he's going to get banned. But man, I wish I had Cunha. Ahmad's price is such a steal. Yeah, I agree. I think Ahmad is good value still. Even though he's blanked in the last 2 games, I still do like Ahmad Diallo. Oh, you've gone for Salah captain. Fair enough. I feel like most people have. Most people probably have. So, yeah, man, it's gonna be. It could go great for me, or it could go terribly wrong. It could go great or terribly wrong. But let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens with that. Captain Sarr, nah, no chance, man. Think Jesus was an L? Yeah, definitely. I kind of regret that Jesus transfer already. I'm not gonna lie. I do regret that Jesus transfer. What rank not to brag, but I'm 4.2k and was at 800 3 game weeks ago. Wow, fair play, man. I'm ranked. You're way above me. I'm ranked at 779k. So yeah, I'm going for, why am I choosing Palmer as captain? For me, it's purely because I'm not really happy with my rank at the moment. 780k is not great. So I see an opportunity to go against the grain and potentially gain on a lot of FPL managers, because I know everyone's going to go for Salah. I think West Ham away is a good fixture. I can't lie, West Ham away is still a good fixture. Even though West Ham have looked slightly better recently, West Ham away for Salah is a good fixture, no doubt about it. But I think Ipswich as well is a good fixture for Chelsea. So really, it's a 50-50, right? It's a 50-50, and I'm just gonna back Palmer purely because I feel like I need a way to gain on everyone else. So I'm trying to just attack the potential gain that I can get from captaining Cole Palmer, and that's it really. It could backfire massively, but I see a chance. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Palmer rotation risk? Nah, no chance, man. Palmer's not going to get rotated. No chance. I've used my free hit replacing Bowen with Rodgers. Fairs. Fairs. I mean, if you're using a free hit, then yeah, replacing Bowen is no problem. Yeah, no problem. But I actually, the thing is with Bowen, yeah, I was going to take out Gerard Bowen. But I've just decided, you know what I've realised about Bowen? Is, let me just go back to basics, right? Bowen, you know he's going to start every single game. You know he's going to get 90 minutes every single game. And his rate of returns is actually pretty decent. Like, he chips in with the goals, he chips in with assists. And I feel like he's just a steady, consistent FPL asset that's quite reliable. So I was going to sell him for Rodgers, but obviously Bruno then got a red card. So then I was thinking it was a choice between keeping Bruno and keeping Bowen. And I just thought, you know what? I've got Amad Diallo for the Man United cover. I think I'm going to just keep Gerard Bowen. Even with these fixtures, right? Unfortunately, I have to play him against Liverpool. I don't mind playing him against Man City. Fulham, I don't mind at home. Palace at home, I don't mind. Villa away, I don't mind. Like, I'm going to just keep Bowen. I honestly, Bowen could potentially be a season keeper for me. I might just keep him, man. He ticks along really, really nicely. And I think he's in like the top 5 FPL scoring midfielders. Yeah, he is. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 6th. So in the top 6 for midfielders, which isn't too bad at all. So, yeah, man, I'm pretty happy with Bowen, man. Premier League proven player as well. Reliable. I like him. I like him as a pick, man. I like Bowen as a pick long term. Captain Raya, no chance, man. No chance. Raya, I'm not captain of Raya, man. Get out of here, man. You know what? I'm not going to lie, though. I'm kind of scared about Jesus. I feel like he might get benched. If Jesus does get benched, I just hope, right? I just hope that he doesn't come on. Because I don't mind Mikalenko coming on to replace Jesus off the bench. But if Jesus gets benched and comes on for 20 minutes, that's going to be really, really frustrating, man. Really frustrating. Yeah, that is going to be annoying, but let's see. Let's see, man. Cunha as an option for captain. Yeah, I like Cunha as a captain option. I'm not going to lie. I actually quite like Cunha as a captain option, man. Spurs defense is weak. They got injuries. I'm scared as someone who doesn't own Cunha. I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. And also another thing, I kind of wish I kept Strand Larsen as well. I took out Strand Larsen for Jesus. I would much rather have Strand Larsen over Jesus this week. So yeah, that backfired massively. As a West Ham fan, you should captain Salah because we are riddled with injuries and suspensions in our starting 11. Fairs, man. I mean, who is suspended for West Ham? I forgot his name. Who was it? Oh yeah, that's it. Souček. That is true. That is true. But I just I don't know, man. I don't know. Nah, I'm gonna stick with Palmer, man. I know it could backfire. Rodriguez is also missing as well. I hope Soler plays, man. I think Soler's a good player, but if he misses out, then that is huge. I'm not gonna lie. Not having Souček, Rodriguez, and Soler is. Ooh. Who would you play in midfield? Probably Alvarez, but who would partner Alvarez? I mean, Alvarez, Paqueta. I actually don't know. Who's going to partner Alvarez? I mean, I'd assume you'd want to go for more of a defensive approach against Liverpool. Damn. I mean, you could play a midfield of Paqueta, Kudus and Alvarez and put Somerville on the left, Bone on the right, Fulkrug up top. But I think having a midfield of Paqueta, Kudus and Alvarez is a bit more on the attacking side. And I'm not sure you'd want to do that against Liverpool. So that is actually quite interesting. That is quite interesting. I'm not sure who's going to play alongside Alvarez, but yeah, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Start Semenyo or Pedro? I would start. Oh, that's tough. I think I start. Who would I start? Nah, I start João Pedro because he's on penalties. I start João Pedro. I feel like both players have sort of tough fixtures, but João Pedro's got the penalties. So yeah, I'd go for him. By the way, TikTok chat, if you're in the TikTok live stream, head over to the YouTube channel. I'm live streaming on there, FPL Ryan on YouTube, so make sure you guys do head over there. But yeah, Nico says, hello mate, how you doing? I'm good, bro. Hope you're doing alright as well, my guy. Salah's record against West Ham at their stadium is nuts. Yeah, I know, he's got a good record. He's actually scored quite a few goals there, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, man. I mean, I probably should have captained Mohamed Salah, but sometimes things aren't always what they seem, and what you expect to happen doesn't always happen. I expected Jesus to score against Ipswich. He didn't score against Ipswich. You never know, man. Salah might blank against West Ham. Probably won't, but I'm taking a risk, man. I think I've got to take a risk in some way if I want to sort of gain rank. You know, I'm ranked at 780k. I feel like I just need to take a risk, man. I feel like I need to take a risk. I'd probably captain Mohamed Salah next week when he's playing Man United at home. Yeah. So I think, yeah, this week, man. This week I'm gonna go for Palmer, man. This week I'm gonna go for Palmer. And Kilman got subbed off as well, injured. Yeah, I've seen that. Tanzabi is injured for Ipswich. Well, that's good for Palmer. I think Ipswich defensively are very, very poor, man. And I think I can see Chelsea being very, very angry that they dropped points against Fulham. I expect Jackson to start. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna before the Fulham game, I would have said that Jackson would have got rotated, but now I think he's going to start. I think Chelsea are going to want to get the 3 points. So I think they're going to go for a strong team. I can see Palmer doing well. And as well, like, Chelsea are a lot better with Jackson in the side. So, yeah. Is Isak a good differential captain? I think if you've got Cunha, I'd rather go for Cunha as a differential captain over Isak. Look, I think Man United are bad, but I feel like people are overstating how bad we are. To be fair, we are missing players. I think Ugarte suspended. I think Bruno Fernandes obviously suspended. So we are missing players, but Casemiro can fill in for Ugarte. But I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do think people are overstating how bad we are. Like, I know we lost 2-0 against Wolves, for example, but at the same time we conceded a corner goal and we conceded from trying to chase the game. In the last seconds of the match. I don't think we're that bad where people should be looking to captain Isak away to Manchester United as well. If it was at home, if Newcastle were at home, I'd understand it a bit more. But for Newcastle to come to Old Trafford, I don't know if they're going to score, like, I don't know, what are you guys expecting? 3-4 goals for Newcastle? I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't think you should be expecting that. Maybe if Newcastle were at home, it would be a different story. But I feel like slightly people are overstating how bad Man United are. I know we're not great. We aren't great. But I feel like from open play defensively, we are still pretty decent. But yeah, as I said, if it was away at St James's Park, I'd say yeah, definitely. But away at Old Trafford, not sure, man. Not sure, man. I think that's going a bit too far. I'd definitely rather go, if you got Cunha, I would go for Cunha instead of Isak. I think Cunha is a much better pick over Isak this week, away at Spurs, as opposed to away at Old Trafford. But yeah, let's see what happens. But personally, I don't think Isak is like a great captaincy option this week, personally. Like, it doesn't seem like a logical risk for me. It's like Palmer captain, it feels logical. Isak captain, it feels just very, very rogue. It feels very, very rogue. So yeah, I would rather go for Cunha as a sort of differential captain pick if you don't want to go for Palmer. But that is just my opinion. Man United's form is terrible. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Our form isn't good. But I don't think we're as bad as people think. I feel like people almost look at us as like the whooping boys of the league now. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think we're that bad where you should be captain Isak away at Old Trafford. But yeah, bench 1, Robinson, Luis Diaz and Gvardiol. I'd definitely start Gvardiol because of his attacking threat. Luis Diaz I'd start. I'd bench Robinson. I think Luis Diaz will start today against West Ham. I think Luis Diaz starts against West Ham because he got 0 minutes against Leicester. So yeah, if you got Luis Diaz, I'd be starting him, man. Definitely. I'd be starting him. By the way, guys, I did mention it at the start of the stream, but since there's more people in the live chat right now, we're going to be doing a live watch along for Liverpool versus West Ham later today. So make sure you guys do tune into that one. It should be a very, very good one, man. Especially because, well, it could be good. It could be terrible, right? Because I'm not captaining Mohamed Salah, so it could be a painful watch along. But we're going to do it anyway. And then on Monday, I should be doing a Chelsea, Ipswich, and a Man United, Newcastle joint watch along as well. So yeah, man, we've got a few watch alongs to do for Game Week 19. So yeah, man, should be a good one. Well, hopefully it's a good one. But yeah. Bench Ahmad, Rodgers or Pedro. I would bench João Pedro. Honestly, I'd bench João Pedro. I'd start Ahmad over João Pedro, and I'd start Rodgers over João Pedro, in my personal opinion. Who do I take out Sancho for? How much do you have if you take out Sancho? Like, how much money do you have in the bank? yeah, how much money do you have in the bank? It all depends. I mean, if you just got 6.2 on the dot, who would I go for? I'd go for Rodgers, man. If you don't have Rodgers, I'd go for Rodgers as a replacement for Jadon Sancho. But let me know how much you have in the bank. Start Solanke or Mateta. That is tough. Southampton, I feel like Southampton are taking a more defensive approach to games now. So I feel like it will be a bit tougher for Crystal Palace to break them down. But, ooh, that's tough, you know. Jeez Louise. Why can you not start Solanke and Mateta? That is quite tough. Wolves' new manager bounce. Oh, Solanke, though, playing for the better attacking side. I'd go for Solanke, man. I'd go for Solanke over Mateta. I think Southampton and Wolves are both pretty poor. But I would say, you know, Spurs being the better attacking side, I'd go for Solanke, man. I'd go for Solanke. I'd back Solanke over Mateta this week. That is my opinion. Start Sarr or Enzo. That is tough. Sarr at home to Southampton or Enzo away to Ipswich. Oh, that is tough. I'm gonna say Sarr. I don't know, man. I feel like Enzo's attacking threat kind of dipped recently a little bit. So I'm going to say Sarr. But that is a tough one. Start Murphy or Evanilson? Ooh. I think I'd go Murphy, you know. I think I'd go Murphy over Evanilson. Again, pretty tough. But I think I'd go Murphy. Just because if Newcastle look to play on transition against us, I feel like Murphy can probably nick an assist or maybe even a goal potentially. But if Newcastle decide to play if they set up more defensive and look to hit us on transition, I feel like Murphy, that suits Murphy. He's a transitional type of player. So I could sort of picture a scenario where he's, you know, been played a through ball and maybe he puts in a cross for Isak to score. I don't know. But I feel like it suits the game potentially suits Murphy more than Evanilson against Fulham. So I'll say Murphy. Start Gabriel or VVD? Start both. Surely you can start both. Surely you can start both, man. I don't think you should be benching either of those two players. Maybe there's someone else in your starting 11 that you can swap. But I'd be starting both, man. Gabriel and VVD. But if you have to bench one of them, I'd be benching Van Dijk just because I feel like Gabriel's aerial threat and, you know, threat from set pieces is just way too good to bench him. So yeah, I bench Van Dijk. Matoma replacement, 1.6 million in the bank. Okay, Matoma replacement. Wait, how much in Matoma? Like 6.5? 1.6 million in the bank. Why is Matoma not showing up in the midfielders list? Wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, cool. So how much? 1.6 in that bank. Okay. So you got 8 million. Do you have Morgan Rogers? I feel like Morgan Rogers, man, is really good. Is a really good pick, to be fair, because the fixtures for Villa are looking nice, man. Brighton at home. Hopefully, Morgan Rogers is on 4 yellow cards though, so I'm praying that this guy does not get a yellow card tomorrow, because if he does, he misses Leicester at home, and that would just be so annoying. But even though he's on 4 yellow cards, I still do like him. Brighton at home, Leicester at home, Everton away and Arsenal away is pretty tough, but then it's West Ham at home, Wolves away, and Ipswich at home. So I kind of like that fixture run as a block. So I would be potentially looking to go for him instead of Matoma. I think he's a good pick. Who else really? I think Anthony Gordon as well. I like Anthony Gordon. Man United away, Spurs away. Wolves at home, Bournemouth at home, Southampton away. I think the long-term fixtures for Newcastle and Gordon are pretty decent. So I'd be looking to go for him as well. But I'd probably say Gordon and Rodgers are my two favourite Matoma replacements. So yeah, I'll be looking at those two players, bro. Who should I get for Solanke? I would keep Solanke. Honestly, if you got Solanke, I'd keep him. I actually don't think you need to really move him off. I think Who would you go to? Yes, you could go to a Mateta. You could go to Jackson. If you don't have Nicholas Jackson, then I kind of understand it a bit if you want to move off him. But I do think you could just keep Solanke. The fixtures aren't too bad. They're not too bad, but for me, it depends who you have in your team. If you don't have a Nicholas Jackson, then fair enough. I could understand taking out Solanke for Jackson. If you don't have Mateus Cunha, to be honest, if you don't have Mateus Cunha, I don't think I would be looking to bring in Cunha just because there's a chance he might get banned. But in all honesty, if you've already got Jackson, I probably would just keep Solanke, man. Especially this week, it's a good fixture for Spurs. Wolves at home is a nice fixture for Spurs, so yeah. Aina, Trent, Howson, Robinson, bench 1. I would bench Howson. I'd start Aina, Trent, and Robinson as a back 3. Yeah, I'd bench the Bournemouth defender, bro. I'd bench the Bournemouth defender. Who even is the best goalie? I've had Verbruggen all season, but he's terrible. If you're looking for a Verbruggen replacement, I'd probably say Henderson is your best bet, to be honest. Palace defense is looking pretty decent. The upcoming fixtures are nice as well. For the long term, damn, I'm not going to lie, man. Crystal Palace fixtures long term, all the way up until, to be honest, you could just keep them until you use your wild card, or just keep for the entire season. But I'd be looking to go for Dean Henderson, to be honest with you. Nice fixtures. Palace defense is looking pretty solid this season, to be fair. Not too bad. Yeah, I'd go Henderson, man. I go Henderson as a direct Verbruggen replacement. Not too bad at all, to be fair. Not too bad at all. Start or bench Gavardia, man. If you got Gavardia, you start him, bro. You start him. I know the City defense is terrible, but Leicester away, still a good fixture on paper. But Gavardia's got the attacking threat, man. His attacking threat is ridiculous. Had a couple of chances against Everton, hit the post from a Foden cross. I just think Gavardia could haul massively in this game against Leicester. So I wouldn't bench him. I would not bench him at all. If you got Gavardia, you play him, man. Start 1, Bowen or Robbo or Enzo. Bowen or Robbo. When you say Robbo, do you mean Robertson? Robertson from Liverpool. If it is, then I would start... I think I'd start Enzo out of those players, you know. I think I'd start Enzo. Yeah, I think I'd start Enzo, bro. Against Ipswich away. I'd start Enzo. Have Hall, Robinson, Colwell, VVD, Gabriel. Start 3. I would start VVD and Gabriel. No doubt about it. VVD and Gabriel. And then I think I'd go for Colwell. Actually, no, I'd go for Robinson. I'd go for Robinson because he's got the attacking threat. I'd bench Colwell, unfortunately. But I do actually prefer Robinson over Colwell this week, I think. Because I think, yeah, Robinson's got the attacking threat, man. So he could pop up with an assist, even if he does concede. But, yeah, I would go for Robinson, VVD, and Colwell as the back 3. Watkins. You know what? I'm not going to lie. If your team is quite stable and you've got a few transfers and you can sort of afford to take a short-term risk and a short-term punt, I like the Ollie Watkins transfer, man. I like it a lot. I was actually thinking of taking a hit to bring in Ollie Watkins this week, but then I thought, nah, I don't want to take a hit for someone that's not going to be in my team for the long term. So I decided against it, but I actually really do like Ollie Watkins, man. We know that he's going to get 90 minutes in the next 2 games, and he's on penalties as well, potentially. Brighton at home, Leicester at home is really, really nice. I think it's a high upside pick, in my opinion. So like I said, if you've got a few transfers spare, and you can afford a short-term punt and a short-term risk, I like the Ollie Watkins transfer. I'm not going to lie. I do like it. But obviously, he's not really like a long-term pick because when Duran is back from suspension, we know that, you know, there's possible rotation there with Watkins. So, yeah. Start Robinson or Rodgers. I'd start Morgan Rodgers over Robinson this week. Fingers crossed Morgan Rodgers doesn't get a yellow card today. Because if he gets a yellow card in the next game against Brighton, then he's going to miss the Leicester game, which is very bad. Very, very bad. Especially because I just bought him in as well. I would hate that. What do I do with Martinelli? Wow, if you got Martinelli, I never liked him as a pick anyway. I don't really rate him as a player, so I just hated him as a pick. But I think if you got Martinelli, you just keep him. Because you know he's going to start. And you know what? One thing I will say is, I don't think the Brentford game does suit Martinelli's play style. However, Brighton, they allow a lot of space in behind. Spurs, we already know they allow a lot of space in behind. I think Brighton away, Spurs at home. These are the kind of games that kind of suit Martinelli's play style. So I would hold on to Martinelli at least up until the Spurs game. And then maybe after that you can move him on. But I think Brighton away and Spurs at home are actually pretty decent games for Martinelli. They're typically more... like Spurs, we already know is going to be a transitional type of game. That suits Martinelli. And I feel like Brighton has the potential to be a transitional type of game as well. So I think, yeah, as I said, that kind of suits Martinelli's play style. So I would hold on to Martinelli for the next 3 games at least. And I think we know he's going to start as well, to be honest with you. We know he's going to start. So I would keep holding Martinelli. That is my opinion. I have Semenyo, Aina, Colwill on my bench. Should I take out Jackson and or Wood for either? I have Semenyo, Aina, and Colwill on my bench. No, I would start Jackson. I got a feeling that Jackson plays, you know. I do have a feeling that Jackson plays purely because he got subbed off against Fulham and then at 1-0 up and then Chelsea go and lose the game. I feel like Jackson is really important to Chelsea's play style. He holds up the ball really, really well. He links up play really well. And when Nkunku comes on, he doesn't really look as good. So I think Maresca, knowing that Chelsea just dropped points from a winning position, I think he's going to look to sort of bounce back, get the 3 points and start his strongest team. That's my opinion. That's what seems logical to me. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. But I feel like Jackson will play. So because of that, I'd say start him. I would actually say start him, man. That is my opinion. I would start Jackson this week. So yeah, I would start Wood. I'd start Jackson and I'd just leave Colwill, Semenyo and Aina on the bench, bro. Hi Ryan, Digne out for either Gabriel for the double Arsenal defense or Munoz. Oh, okay. Ooh. I like them. I really do like Munoz as a pick, but of course Gabriel is just a long term set and forget. But you know what? I will say, I think there is a really high upside with Munoz. There is a really high upside with Munoz because he's so attacking. Probably one of the most attacking defenders in FPL at the moment, along with Gvardiol. So there is such high potential with this asset. But Gabriel, you just know what you're getting, and he's got the threat from set pieces. Man, I'd say Munoz. I'd say Munoz just about. But it's more riskier though. It's because you've already got an Arsenal defender already. I think Munoz is a shout. So I'm gonna say him. I could get it wrong massively. So if it goes wrong, don't blame me though. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah. Johnson or João Pedro? This week, Brennan Johnson. Yo, Ryan, should I roll or -4 Porro to Munoz, even Olsen to Isak? I'm not gonna lie, yo, Ryan, should I roll or -4 Porro to... Oh, Porro to Munoz, even Olsen to Isak for a -4. I actually think you should roll this week. I think you should roll. Actually, no. I wouldn't roll. I'd take a -4 to bring in Isak because I think Isak is just a good long-term hold. That's why. I think Isak is a good long-term hold, so taking a hit now to bring him in is fair enough. Well, Isak is 9.1. Wow, I didn't realize Isak went up so much. I bought Isak for like 8.4, I think. I bought him for 8.4 back in game week 13, and now he's risen all the way up to 9.1. That is crazy. Wow. How to activate my second wildcard? We don't have the second wildcard yet, bro. We get the second wildcard after this game week. So, yeah, for game week 20, then you have a wildcard in hand to play. Please rate... Oh, wait, 1 second. Please rate my team. Alisson, Fabianski, Gabriel, Thierry, Gvardiol, Hall, Aina, Palmer, Salah, Rogers, Sart, Enzo, Isak, Jackson, Pedro. Who do I bench in any transfers? You've got a good squad depth, so I'm not going to lie. I don't think you need to make any transfers. Alisson, Gabriel, Thierry, Gvardiol back 3. Happy days. Palmer, Salah, Rogers, Sart, Enzo, midfield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. Yeah, midfield 5. And then Isak and Jackson up front. So I'd bench Pedro, I'd bench Lewis Hall, and I'd bench Aina. That's what I would do, Leo. Ahmad, Semenyo, Joe Gomez, Wissa. Which two would you start? I'd start Ahmad, and I'd start I start Joe Gomez. I start Joe Gomez and Ahmad ahead of Semenyo and Wissa. Cheers, mate. Appreciate. No problem, my guy. No problemo. Start Wood or Pedro? I'd start Chris Wood. Even though Everton, to be fair, Everton versus Forest, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that could be a 0-0. And that's why I'm a bit like, I don't really want to bench Mikalenko, but I could bench Jarrod Bowen, start Mikalenko, but I don't really like benching defenders for an attacker, I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like a lot of people have Trent, so if Bowen could just get a goal or an assist to wipe out a Trent clean sheet, that would be fantastic. So that's why I'm just, playing Bowen. But I do think, actually, actually, you know what? I would start João Pedro. I'd start João Pedro over Chris Wood. Because I genuinely could see the Everton game being 0-0. Would you do Ryan 8 Nuri to Minos for free? Have so many... Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. I'd do 8 Nuri to Minos for free. Definitely. I think that's a really good transfer. Is Saka to Foden a good transfer? Foden as a short-term punt, I like it. As a short-term differential, yeah, I think Leicester away is a good entry point. You also get Ipswich away from home as well in a couple weeks' time. And to be honest with you, there's no standout options. So because there's no standout options, I don't mind the Foden transfer. I think he's looked bright as well in the recent game against Everton and even against Villa. His goal was quite lucky, not going to lie. But aside from the goal, I feel like he got close to scoring a couple of times. So, yeah, I think for Leicester, West Ham, Brentford, Ipswich, these next 4 games, I do like Phil Foden. It's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. Especially because, as I said, I don't really think there's a standout replacement, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Poro to Munoz for free transfer this week is a shout. Yes, I do like that. Poro to Munoz for free. I like it a lot. No Havertz. Nope, I do not have Havertz. Just tuned in. What's your overall rank right now, bro? At the moment, my rank is 779k, so not great. I got a red arrow last week, a small red arrow, from 725k to 779k. So yeah, things aren't really looking good at the moment, but hoping to claw back up. I feel like my entire season has been spent around like 700k and 1.2 million. I said it in my reaction video, bro. I just keep going up and down like a yo-yo. It's ridiculous. I can't build any sort of consistency at the moment. I mean, let's have a look at my the way my season has gone so far. Yeah, like 800k, and then 1.4 million, 1.2 million, 1 million, 800k, 1 million, 720k, near enough to 800k. It's just like up and down, up and down. The highest I've been this season was 200k at the very start of the season, which doesn't really count because at the start of the season, the ranks are always very, very close together. But yeah, when I actually think about it, I've had a stinky season so far, man. I really hope I can get a green arrow this week. This season has been so stinky, so stinky, man. But I'm taking a risk this week with Palmer captain. Hopefully it pays off. Hopefully I can just push up and get a massive green arrow because I need it, man. I need it. Bruno to Gordon. Should I do it? Oh, I like it. Yeah, I would do it. The only thing I will say is it depends on your bench, though. Because if you're in a situation where if you can bench Bruno against Newcastle, bench him against Liverpool, then I would keep him. Because I think from Southampton onwards, the fixtures are good. But if you would have to obviously bench him against Newcastle, but if you would have to start him against Liverpool, I think there's an argument to just get rid of him now because yeah, the next two aren't great for Man United, and obviously he doesn't play against Newcastle. So I do like the Gordon transfer because I think long term as well, Gordon's a good pick, and I think Newcastle, man, Gordon, Isak, Murphy, their front three is on fire right now. So I do like Gordon. I really do like Gordon. I think he's a good pick, man. I think he's a good pick. I had Gordon at the start of the season, and I took him out, but I kind of wish I kept him, man. I do kind of wish I kept him. He's been quite a steady FPL asset, a bit like Jarrod Bowen this season. Honestly, what I'm going to try and do from now on is just not... I feel like I've been trying to chase points a bit too much this season. By the way, thank you to Elika for subscribing, man. Much appreciated to you, my brother. I feel like I've been chasing points a bit this season, but what I want to do, I'm going to sort of change my approach and just think logical. Like players like Bowen, yes, the fixtures aren't necessarily good in the next two, but don't transfer him out because long term, he provides you with that consistency. So players like Bowen, I think I'm just going to keep from now on. I really do think I'm just going to keep. And just because they're just reliable players that you can trust. Like Isak's not. I'm never transferring out Isak. I don't think I'm going to take out Bowen. Palmer, Salah are staying. Maybe I'll play around with like players like Welbeck and Jesus, and they'll be gone. But overall, right, I'm just going to try not to chase transfers. And I really want to stack up my transfers because we're going to enter a period during the second half of the season where chips are going to be in play, blanks are going to happen, double game weeks are going to happen. So I want to make sure I've got enough transfers in the bank to navigate those blanks and double game weeks. So that's another reason why I just kind of want Bowen and those type of players. So your Gordons, your Bowens, even like Morgan Rogers, right? Those kind of players who play every game and are sort of, they just tick along quite nicely. So yeah, normally when United don't have Bruno, their midfield looks so bad that they concede a lot. Now that he and Ugarte won't play, do you think Captain Isak is risky? Yeah, so I've already said, I actually think I don't really like the Isak captaincy this week. I think people are overstating how bad United are. Like, firstly, I will say that Casemiro can come in for Ugarte, and I think Casemiro, is pretty decent. So yeah, he can come in for Ugarte. Eriksen can come in for Bruno as well, by the way, and play alongside Casemiro, or Mainu can play alongside Casemiro and Eriksen can play as the 10. But in all honesty, I think away to Old Trafford isn't as easy as people thinking. Look, yes, I know Bournemouth beat us at Old Trafford, fair enough. But I watched the game and honestly, I feel like if we took our chances in the first half, that would have completely changed the dynamic of the game. But unfortunately, we didn't take our chances. Bournemouth took their chances. And I just think Bournemouth were actually very, very clinical against Manchester United. I wouldn't say they dominated us and created a lot of chances. And the same goes for Wolves as well. Like Wolves, we conceded to a flipping corner. And then they scored their second goal because we put all our players, we attacked in the last seconds of the game. We pushed up all our players, left loads of space in behind with only Martinez defending. And then Wolves caught us on the transition and scored their second goal. I don't think teams are sort of like creating a lot of chances and dominating Manchester United. So I know that Newcastle are in form, but I still don't think Man United away from home is that good of a fixture where you should be not captaining Salah and going for Isak as captain. I feel like it's way too risky in my opinion. And I think people are slightly overstating how bad Man United are defensively, in my opinion. But yeah, Ugarte is out. He's suspended for this game, I do believe. So we'll most likely play Casemiro instead of him. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with that. Palmer gang, yes, my guy, yes, Palmer captain this week, man. Hopefully it pays off. By the way, guys, I'm gonna say it one more time. We will be doing a live watch along for West Ham versus Liverpool today, later today. So yeah, make sure you guys are there for that one. It should be a good one, hopefully. Hopefully Salah blanks and I get to see it live. That would be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully Bowen scores, wiping out the Liverpool clean sheet. That would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, make sure you guys do tune into that. Yeah, it should be a good one, man. Do you think João Pedro... wait, hold on. West Ham defence is much worse than Ipswich. 5 goals conceded against Arsenal. Salah most likely will haul. Yes, West Ham... I don't know if West Ham's defence is worse than Ipswich. I know they conceded 5 to Arsenal, but that was a while ago. Since then, I feel like their defence has slightly improved a little bit. So I wouldn't go as far as to say it's worse than Ipswich. It is bad, nonetheless, don't get me wrong. But I feel like, to be fair, West Ham do have players missing anyway. Mohamed Salah probably will haul. I'm not denying that. But I don't know if it's worse than Ipswich, though. I think, look, recently, yeah, since the Arsenal game, they conceded 3 to Leicester. But I'm not going to lie, they got unlucky in that game. I watched that game again. West Ham dominated Leicester, created loads of chances, should have put the game to bed. And then Leicester just were clinical with their chances, to be honest with you. But yeah, after that Leicester game, they conceded 1 against Wolves, 1 against Bournemouth, 1 against Brighton, and 0 against Southampton. Southampton did have their fair share of chances, to be fair. I'm not going to deny that. So they could have conceded in that game. But I don't think their defence is worse than Ipswich's, though. That's what I will say. I don't think it's worse than Ipswich's. I feel like Ipswich, they give up a lot of chances. But, yeah, as I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Salah does haul anyway, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised. Ryan, could you also rate my team? Sanchez, TAA, Gabby, guessing that's Gabriel, Munoz, Robinson, Mikalenko. That's a good defense. You can play TAA, Gabriel, and Munoz. Diaz will probably start, so I like it. Salah, I like. Rogers, I like. Palmer, I like. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, 4, and then 3, 4. I'll probably play 3-5-2. Bench in Wissa. I'd probably play a 3-5-2 there. But yeah, that's a good team, man. I like it. It's a good team. Cunha, Isak, Sarr, Palmer, Rogers, Salah, Diaz. Yeah, I like that attack as well. So yeah, good team, man. Good team. Start Wood or Matoma. I would start... Ooh. That's tough. I would start Wood. Even though I feel like it's going to be 0-0 between Forest and Everton, I start Wood. Just because this season, Wood is... Yeah, he's been very reliable this season. So I think I'd go for him. Do you think João Pedro should have been booked? It's a weird one because he didn't make any contact, but he literally tried to hit him. He tried to elbow him but missed. So I would say yes, he should have been booked. Maybe not a red, maybe just a yellow, but I feel like he should have. I don't know, it's a weird one. I mean, look, if you try and it's a bit mad, but if you try and shoot someone and miss, should you be punished for that? Should you get sent to prison? The answer is probably yes. So I feel like the same logic kind of applies in this João Pedro situation. He tried to elbow the player but missed. He still should really... Actually, he probably should be sent... He should be sent off, man. He should be sent off. It should be a red card, in my opinion. I think João Pedro owners got away with one there, to be honest with you. I feel like he should have got sent off. Because if that connected, that would have been very, very bad. And I don't think the punishment... I don't think, like... It's not just a case of, oh... He didn't connect, he didn't make contact, so therefore he shouldn't be punished. Because like I said, if you have a gun and you try and shoot someone, but you miss, you should still be sent to prison, right? So I feel like that same logic kind of applies with the João Pedro situation. So I actually do think João Pedro should have got a red card. Because yeah, that was dirty. That was dirty, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, Christian says, Palmer gang here. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Hopefully it pays off. Hopefully it does pay off. João Pedro was on a mission to destroy that guy's career. Yeah, I agree. What's the overall rank looking like, bro? The overall rank is looking kind of stinky. I'm not going to lie, I hold my hands up. I'm on fraud watch right now. 780k. Things are not looking good, but I'm going for a differential captain this week, Cole Palmer, hoping to make massive gains. It could go horribly wrong, or it could be really, really good. Backing against Mo Salah is always scary. I'm not going to lie. So let's just see what happens with that. But as I said, I'm not really happy with my rank at the moment. I want to take a gamble. I want to take a risk. So I'm going for Cole Palmer captaincy, man. I'm doing it. Bro, should I bench Isak, Trent, or Maddison? Oh, my Lord. I like Maddison this week. I like Trent this week. And I like Isak this week. Is there anyone else that you can bench? Ideally, you'd want to be starting those three players. But if you had to bench one, I'd bench Maddison. Just because there's always a slight chance that Maddison doesn't start. I'm playing Aina in defence. Should I double up with Sells or play Sanchez? Ooh. I think I play Sanchez. Hey Ryan, I have Isak, Wissa, Larson. I'm thinking of taking a punt on Watkins or Mateta. What do you reckon? I like it a lot. Yeah, I already said, like, if you're in a place where you've sort of... Your team's quite stable. You've got maybe a transfer to play around with. You can afford a short-term punt. I really like Watkins. Yeah, Watkins is really nice, man. Next two games are good for Aston Villa. Brighton at home, Leicester at home. We know he's going to play. We know he's going to start. We know he's going to get 90 minutes because Duran is suspended. So, yeah, I like Ollie Watkins. I actually prefer him over Mateta. for the short term. I think Mateta's a better long-term pick, but short term, I prefer Watkins. Definitely. Definitely. By the way, make sure you guys do drop a like on the live stream, man. It does help out the channel, so I would appreciate if you guys can smash a like on the live stream. Subscribe if you are new as well. Yeah, man, I appreciate if you guys could do that. Thoughts on Captain Foden? Very, very risky. Probably wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I think owning Foden as a differential is enough. Captaining him, though, as well as him being the early kickoff, and you know what the famous saying is, bro, never back the early kickoff. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would stay far away. Stay far away from that Foden captain, man. Should I play Kepa or Raya? I'd play Raya, bro. Last time I was here is when you took that -12 look back and paid off, though. Yeah, that -12 actually did pay off massively. Not gonna lie. But since then things have been up and down. So yeah, it's not really been that great since that -12 overall. Should I take a -4 to sell one of Winks, Pedro, and 8 Nuri? Well, it would depend who you're bringing in, to be fair, bro. I think taking a -4 to sell Winks isn't bad, but who'd you be bringing in? Morning, brother. I hope I'm not late to the stream. What did I miss? Yo, what's good, Akeem? You ain't really missed much. I mean, you're just like, I don't know, 50 minutes late, but no, never mind, man. It's all good, bro. Yeah, not much, man. Just your typical FPL chat, man. So yeah. Start Hall or Robinson? I would start Robinson. I'd start Robinson. Digne to Munoz or João Pedro to Mateta, or both for a -4. Ooh. I'd do Digne to Munoz, start João Pedro this week. That's what I would do. I don't think I would take a -4 for Mateta. Opinion on this week's team. Raya, Gabriel, TAA, like it. Castagne, like it. Ahmad, Sarr, Rogers, Salah, Palmer, then up top Jackson, Isak. Yeah, sounds good, bro. Sounds good. Robinson over Pedro. Nah, I don't really like starting defenders over attackers. I know João Pedro's been stinky, but he's got the penalties. He's got the minutes. I don't think I would bench a penalty taker for a defender. Not going to lie. I'm thinking about starting Digne over Timber. And who would you start? Ahmad or Strand Larsen? I wouldn't start Digne over Timber. I'd start Timber. And I'd also start... I think I'd start Strand Larsen over Ahmad, you know. I'm actually so upset. Why did I sell Strand Larsen before Danny Welbeck? That was actually a big mistake. I'm actually realizing now. Selling Strand Larsen over Danny Welbeck was a massive mistake. I think I sold Strand Larsen because he was going down in price, and I didn't want to take that 0.1 loss, so I sold him. But I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, if I had Strand Larsen, I probably would have kept Bruno potentially. Started Strand Larsen. Yeah, I probably would have, man. That is a shame. Damn. And like Strand Larsen against Spurs, he'll probably score, man. That Spurs defense is terrible. That game is today as well at 3 o'clock. I already know Strand Larsen's gonna score, man. It's gonna be nothing but pain. Wait, I feel like I've got no players playing at 3 o'clock today. Wait, hold on. The only player I've got playing at 3 o'clock is Robinson. Other than that, the 3 o'clock games are trash for me. I got no Man City, no Palace, no Southampton, no Everton, because Mikalenko's on the bench, just Robinson, and no Spurs or Wolves. Wow, didn't even realise that. By the way, chat, we got 10 minutes till the deadline. 10 minutes till the deadline. Make sure you guys do like up the stream, man. I could bring anyone up to 6 mil. I'm guessing that was for... Was that for Harry Winks? I can't remember. I've actually lost that comment as well. Where did it go? Where was it? -4 take out. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so you can bring in anyone up to 6 mil. I'll probably go for Rogers then. I think Rogers for Winks isn't bad. I think Rogers for Winks is pretty decent because I do like the long-term fixtures that Aston Villa do have. But just be wary that Rogers is on 4 yellow cards. Hopefully he doesn't get a yellow card today. If he does, that would generally be so annoying. But yeah, I would go for Rogers instead of Winks. When do you think you'll use your next wildcard? Do you think it's better to get out of the way early since we've got all these extra chips to use now? Honestly, I'm not sure. I've not really thought about it. I'm kind of just waiting to see. Once the Carabao Cup semi-finals have been played, we will get a better idea of when the blanks and doubles will happen, or sorry, who the teams will be that will be blanking and doubling. Once I know that information, I think I'll have a better idea of when I'm going to use my chips. At the moment, I'm not really too sure. Like, at the moment, I don't really know when I'm going to use bench boost, triple captain, free hit, assistant manager chip, the second wild card. I'm not really sure. It all depends on the blanks and doubles. I kind of want to navigate it around that. So yeah, once the Carabao Cup semi-finals have been played, once we know who's in the final, once we know who's blanking in 29 and doubling, then I'll have a better idea. But for now, I'm actually not really too sure. I'm really not too sure. So yeah, man. Start Robinson or I think I said that. I read that already. You should play Mikalenko over Ahmad. He will bang. Nah, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Number one, I support Man United, so because I own Amad Diallo, I'm going to want to start him. And I do like him as an asset. Number two, I don't really like starting defenders over attackers. So for that reason, I'm going to play Amad. Also, last season, Amad did get 1 goal, 1 assist against Newcastle. Scored a really, really nice goal. Got a really nice assist. Hopefully he can do a repeat of that. Should I sell De Bruyne or wait this game week? Oh, if you got De Bruyne, you keep him. Has there been any leaks, by the way? I've not really seen any leaks. But if you got De Bruyne, you keep him. Leicester away is a really good fixture. But will he start is the question. I'm actually not too sure. I'm actually not too sure. I've not got any links. Leaks. Sorry, I've not got any leaks. Yeah. Not really seen much. Yeah, I've not really seen much, to be fair. Right, we have 7 minutes till the deadline. I feel like we don't really get I really don't think I feel like we don't really get leaks anymore, by the way, chat. I feel like this season the leaks have been very few and far between. Like, we don't really get a lot of leaks for teams. So yeah, I feel like the good old days of leaks are past us, I'm afraid. That's what it feels like, to be honest. So yeah. Chat, does anyone own Haaland for this week? Does anyone own Haaland? What was that on my head? Does anyone own Haaland this week? If so, are you captaining Erling Haaland? I'm quite interested to know how many people have Haaland, because I feel like Haaland could bang. Start Jesus or Rodgers? Ooh, that's tough. I'd start Rodgers. Cap Haaland as a differential. See, I would say yes, but never back the early kickoff, man. I really don't know. I probably... you know what? I'd say, you know what? It depends on your rank. If you're happy with your rank, I'd say just play a bit more reserved. Take the more reserved approach. Go for a Palmer or Salah. If you're unhappy with your rank, I'd say go for it, bro. Captain Erling Haaland. Like, if I had Haaland in my team and I'm ranked at what I am now, 779k, I think I'd be going for Erling Haaland captain. Honestly, I think I'd be doing it. So if you've got Haaland and you're not really happy with your rank, it also just kind of depends on the type of player that you are. Are you an aggressive type of player, or are you a more conservative type of player? I feel like I'm quite aggressive, so I would go for the Haaland captain if I owned him. So yeah, it just depends on your type of playstyle, to be honest. How do people still have Haaland? I've got rid of him since game week 13, bro. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I got rid of him a while ago as well. Yeah, it's kind of mad that people still... I mean, 30% ownership is mad. He used to be like 70% owned. When did I get rid of Haaland? I think I got rid of Haaland before the Tottenham game. Yeah, game week 12 is when I got rid of Haaland. And since then, it's actually paid off. So, yeah. Or, actually, no, I got rid of him for the Liverpool game, actually. Game week 13, yeah. That's when I got rid of him. Right, 4 minutes till the deadline, guys. 4 minutes till the deadline. Check Twitter for any more leaks. Check Twitter for any more leaks. Apparently Foden is starting. I think Nixie in the chat said that. So, yeah. Chris says, answer me. Wait, what? I can't even see your comment. Oh, please, bro. Should I start João Pedro or Lewis Hall? Oh, I would start João Pedro. I'd start João Pedro. I think Man United will score against Newcastle. So, yeah, I'd start João Pedro, bro. I start João Pedro. By the way, chat. I'm gonna have to do a quick plug for my Instagram, guys. Follow me on Instagram, FPL Ryan. A relatively new account I made. 25 followers. Trying to get to my first 100 followers. So make sure you guys do follow me on Instagram, FPL Ryan _. I'm gonna try and start posting some extra content on there as well. Like you know, best players to buy and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you guys do follow me on Instagram. Get me to my first 100 followers. Would appreciate that a lot. So yeah, man. Yeah, FPL Ryan _ on Instagram. But with that being said, let me go back to the chat. Would I think of Elanga? Probably wouldn't start Elanga if you have him, to be honest with you. Yeah, Everton have a very, very good defence. So yeah. Is João Pedro to Jesus a bad transfer? Yeah, I probably wouldn't take out João Pedro for Jesus, in all honesty. I wouldn't do that. Rico Lewis and Foden starts, got leaked. Yep. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Anyone who's got Foden, this is the game for you, man. If Foden blanks in this game, then boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. I was actually going to put him in instead of Bruno Fernandes last game week. I kind of wish I did do that, not going to lie. I do kind of wish I did that, but oh well. It is what it is. It is what it is. Justin, Timber or Hall to start, Ryan? I'd go Timber to start, bro. I'd go Timber to start. I'd go Timber to start. Gavardia or Saliba? This week, I'd say Gavardia, man. He's got the attacking threat. Thoughts on forwards, Wissa, Isak, and even Nelson. Please recommend who to get 1.2 mil in the bank. Wissa, Isak. I would go for Jackson. I'd get Jackson for... Actually, I don't think you can get Jackson, you know. Do you have enough to get Jackson? To go from Wissa to Jackson, I don't think you have enough for that. To be fair, other than Jackson, Cunha's too much of a risk because he might get suspended. There's not really many other players to go for, so I think I would just keep your forwards that you've got right now. I think I just keep Wissa. He's got Southampton next as well. Wissa's got Southampton next. So, yeah, 1 minute till the deadline. Make sure your teams are locked in. I need to make sure my team is good to go. Palmer captain. Yep, we're going for it. We are going for it. It's probably going to backfire massively, but oh well, it is what it is. Salah vice captain. Yep. There we go. Here we go, man. Here we go. I'm ready for pain. My team is going to flop massively this week. I can see it already. I can see it already. Oh, my days. Ivan says, love your content, bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, chat. I appreciate it. Ivan, sorry. But yeah, guys, by the way, I will be doing a live watch-along on my YouTube. 5:15, West Ham versus Liverpool. It's probably going to be painful. It's probably going to be just torture. But I'm going to do it anyway. So yeah, later today, make sure you guys are there. It should be a good one. But we are locked in, chat. We are locked in. We are locked in. Oh boy. I'm ready for a week of pain. I'm prepared, bro. I know this week is going to be bad. I've got no City attacker. I've not got Salah captain. It's not looking good, bruv. I've got no Crystal Palace defender or attacker. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. But chat, we are locked in. We are locked in, man. Big up to everyone for tuning into the stream. Make sure you do smash a like on the stream as well. And follow me. Follow me, guys. Keep following. I would appreciate it a lot. I think, yeah, United Army just followed me. So thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. But yeah, follow me on Instagram, FPL Ryan _. Yeah, man. But guys, we are locked in. That is it. It's been a good one. We've had some good chat, but we are locked in. Let's just see what happens this week, man. Let's see what happens this week. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you guys later today, later this evening, 5:15. Liverpool versus West Ham. We will be there. We will be there, man. It's going to be painful, bro. This is going to be painful. I'm not looking forward to this. But yeah, chat. I'll see you guys. I will see you guys later. Good luck to everyone, man. Good luck to everyone.